Hi, I am Kathy Sorensen, and I am the Regional Rep Coordinator for Homeschool Iowa. And we are a group of experienced homeschool moms, some of us grandmas, some of us are still homeschooling. And we share our experience and give guidance to new homeschool moms, even moms who've been at it for a while. Sometimes we have a few tips and helps that we can share. So a few of us today are gathered here to talk a little bit more about the legal options in Iowa. As always, we want you to do your due diligence and go to the website and check out the Iowa law there. It's one of the first tabs that you will see on the main page. So we are going to define some terms, and then we'll just all take turns sharing the option that we used and share with you why we liked it, maybe why we didn't like it, or what we would do differently if we were still homeschooling today. So some terms that you'll hear us use today are, one of them is compulsory age. And that is defined as a child between the age of 6 and 16. And so if a child turns 6 by September 15th of that year, then they would be required to begin their kindergarten or first grade education. So that, you know that, and age 16 is the compulsory age for public schools as well. You'll also hear us use the term CPI, that stands for Competent Private Instruction, and IPI, which is Independent Private Instruction, which I'll put a little plug in here, is my favorite. And you'll hear more from Jill about that. And the last term that you will hear us use today is called HACCP. Some people say HSAP, and that stands for Homeschool Assistance Program. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jill, and she's going to share with you about independent private instruction.
My name is Jill Ottman, and I am the Region 7 representative for Homeschool Iowa. We have 4 children. We homeschooled them all the way through, and they are all adults now. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the IPI option of homeschooling in Iowa. In 2013, when the Iowa homeschooling laws changed, we chose to use the IPI option. And like Kathy said, it stands for Independent Private Instruction. This option allows a family to homeschool without being involved in the local public school. And we felt that we were well equipped to give our children the best education possible, and we could tailor it to their individual gifts, abilities, and interests. And so because of that, we didn't really feel like we needed any input from the public school. And so we chose to use IPI. We were involved in our local homeschool group. We were very involved in our church, in different events and services there. We were involved in community activities like plays and piano lessons, visiting nursing homes, things like that. And so we just felt like we didn't really need any of the services that were offered through the public school. And so IPI was a great option for our family. And if you don't feel like you need any involvement from the public school, it would be a great option for you too. Just to break it down a little bit, a few of the requirements, there is no initial reporting. However, the public school could ask in writing for some specifics about your homeschool. If they do that, again, in writing, then you are required to give them that information. Otherwise, there's no initial reporting. There are no number of instructional days that are specified by the law. However, there are 5 school subjects that must be provided, and those are reading, language arts, math, science, and social studies. Some other specifics for IPI, there is no access to dual enrollment. And dual enrollment would be things like maybe activities at the school, classes, sports, music, etc. So you, if you choose the IPI option, you would not be able to get any of those services or have your child participate in any of those. However, IPI students can access concurrent enrollment through community college courses or through the public school. You can do those classes with IPI as well. Parents can homeschool their students with special educational needs, but under IPI, there will be no access to any public school or AEA services that are available to public school kids. IPI allows you to access parent-taught driver education as well. And IPI also is the only Iowa homeschooling option that has specific wording in the Iowa code allowing the instruction of non-siblings. And you can teach up to 4 unrelated children through the IPI option. And so those are just a few specifics of IPI if you're interested in that. Again, we just felt like it was the best option for us. We didn't really have any need for what the public school had to offer, and really wanted to teach our kids according to their individual gifts and abilities that God had given them. And so it worked well for us. Honestly, I can't think of one negative or one thing my kids felt like they missed out on by not being involved in the public school. And so we would definitely choose that option again if we had to homeschool again. So thanks.